in terms of why I decided to study abroad, I got an opportunity last March, I think, for a great scholarship for Shinshu University directly. And I've been studying Japanese for quite a long time, ever since I started college. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity to explore the world a little bit. Before coming to Japan, I've never been to any other country, so it was completely life-changing opportunity, as well as just being able to practice the language. I think it would have been a wonderful opportunity. One thing that's interesting is I actually didn't really know too much about Japan before coming here. There was always a cultural element to college classes, but it mostly focused on the language, and so I kind of always wanted to just come here and then develop my own perception of Japan without being told something in the first place. And so coming here, I've done my best to explore every aspect of life, going everywhere I can, joining multiple circles, talking to a lot of Japanese people, etc. And I've definitely changed my entire perception, because I don't think it was very complete before coming here, but it's been great just learning more. And yeah, I think that was one of the coolest things, just how much I learned. What would I bring back? I think definitely the knowledge that I studying constantly, that is something great to bring back. But also just there are memories that I have that are not even related to studying itself, but just to growing as a person, that I think going back, I can't even remember a time where I didn't have any of these memories. Meeting my tutor and then joining in the same band as him, that was one of the scariest things ever. Just biking around. I biked all the way to the sea. That was something that completely expanded my my knowledge on even Japan, but just in general, what I can do. And I think having accomplished this makes me feel motivated to keep working hard in the future. And I think that energy, I've always had hobbies, so I want to learn how to play guitar, but I wasn't very good at that. And then I come here and I meet somebody in the music circle who is the best guitar player I've ever seen. And so from that, I'll bring the motivation to work hard and get to that level. For studying, seeing what's possible, having the resources to study, I'll bring the motivation to get to the next level with that. And just seeing so many intelligent people here, people who are speaking 3-4 languages, is so impressive. And that's something I never really even have seen in my life before. And so the biggest thing that I'll probably bring back is just the motivation to work hard at everything I do, because I've seen so many incredible people here, so driven in everything that they do, and so many intelligent people too. Japanese food. Yeah, so before coming here, I knew about sushi and tonkatsu and all that, but there's some wonderful food in Japan. One thing that's different about Japan than the US is that the US kind of just has a bunch of very large chain restaurants, but Japan has hundreds of tiny restaurants, not even advertised. You have to go behind some alleyway, and then there's the best Vietnamese restaurant you ever found, or some amazing ramen place. And I think that having that as a culture here is so cool. I think the craziest thing I ate was probably horse when I went to Sendai, or beef tongue was pretty great too. And then also near the coastline they had shark jerky, which was very interesting. But yeah, the seafood as well. I wanted to try fugu, but I haven't gotten around to that just because it seems so wild that you can eat a poisonous animal like that. But no, the Japanese food is great. I've enjoyed every time I go to the restaurants. Travel, yeah. I've been to a lot of tourist locations. Oh, this, yeah. This is what I drew. I think it's loosely related to travel. This is what I was talking about, the beef tongue in Sendai. This was when I went to Yamanashi, and I saw Fujisan. Not far from here, there's a beautiful place to see the cherry blossoms in the spring, and that was one of the prettiest things I saw here. And then, yeah, so those are kind of more, I think, tourist-driven locations, but one place or one adventure that stood out to me was I biked from Nagano City all the way to Joetsu in the ocean, and I saw every single city on the way over the course of, I think, 200 kilometers. And so I went to Nagaoka, I went to all those places, the tiny sort of villages that someone like me has no place going to. And just seeing the scenery change all the way to the ocean was probably the coolest thing, maybe the second coolest thing I did here. And then finally getting to the beach and having the entire atmosphere change. That was my favorite trip, just because of how much I was able to see the countryside, all the farms, the quietness of it, the cicada, the semi. Yeah, at nighttime, it was very cool. One of the coolest lectures I took here was with Hamano Sensei. It was an agricultural class, and because of that, we were able to go out to Miyata village and learn about the farming process, and just being able to compare various countries' perspectives. You know, the agricultural process is different between the US and Japan and other places, and then going to either other ICB classes or multicultural understanding classes, and then having a global issue posed, or a issue maybe concerning Japanese life, and then being able to discuss that in Japanese with Japanese students was really cool. That was one of the things I was looking forward to the most, and I definitely was able to practice my speaking ability through that. Yeah, but the lectures were really interesting, I think, yeah. Extracurriculars. That was one of the biggest ways I was able to make friends, was just joining various circles. The ones I was most active in would be the light music circle, the Kalon, and then basketball, which I would go to every week. But I also went to the American Football Club, I went to the art club, I was part of the weight training circle, and I went to softball, I went to a lot, Hanas, English salon, Kankokugo salon, and I was able to just meet a lot of people with very different interests, and that's actually something that my university doesn't have as much as Shinshu, is just very specific hobby-oriented circles. And so going there, the thing that I sort of touched on earlier, but that stands out to me the most, is that just how passionate they are about whatever they're working on. So in the music circle, you have people who've been practicing since high school. The basketball circle, everyone's working on getting better. And so whatever I have an interest in, I would just go to the circle and I would further be motivated to improve. Yeah, and I met some great people through this. Yeah. My dream for the future is, it's such a hard thing to sort of mention, because it always changes. I always have a different idea for the future. If I were to guess before I came here, I would have had such a more narrow perspective because of my life experience, not even leaving the country. I think before coming to Japan, I probably would not have prioritized leaving the US. I could have been fine just being there the whole time, but coming here makes me so curious in other countries as well, and exploring other cultures, because that was so fun the whole time. It was so interesting, learning about how other people think, and then sort of changing how I view life as a result. Yeah, I can't say for certain, because I still have 1 year left of college in which I'll be looking for jobs, and then afterwards I'll see what happens. But just to keep exploring other cultures and just keep learning more about the world, similar to how this year went. That would be really great. How would I use my experience here? I think it, just the lessons in class, as well as talking to people who are very, very intelligent, very driven people. I think having that comparison gives me sort of a scope of what is possible, whereas I might have had a more simple approach to life. And so I think it just has motivated me to be like these people who are, I guess, senpai, who are very, very good at what they do, and very smart, multiple languages and all that. And so I just kind of want to elevate myself. I want to keep studying after this and see what level I can reach. And I'll definitely tell people back home about my experience here, trying to get more Chico students interested in Shinshu, because I don't think it's the first, Matsumoto is not the first place people think of when they think of Japan, but I think the lifestyle here is so unique and has definitely been wonderful. It's a beautiful place. Yeah. My advice for anyone who comes here is just prioritize your time, because it's easy to fall into normal habits and sort of maybe waste the time away. One thing I made sure of was, before I came here, I didn't bring any video games. I didn't really furnish my apartment with too much, so that I was always sort of motivated to leave. And even if it's late at night and I just go for a walk, even just what I find out at night, what I notice, the details of the city, every little minute that I'm outside, every minute that I'm on campus is an opportunity to meet someone, is an opportunity to go out and get dinner or lunch, is an opportunity to make a friendship. And yeah, I would just recommend, as much as you can, try and get out of your home, leave the apartment and hang out with people, make the hangouts, elevate yourself, be social, try and meet as many people as you can, and just don't spend all your time at home, because a lot of opportunities go by, even if it doesn't seem like it would.